Good morning, happy Monday to everyone. We're well and truly into December now. I've only got, after this Monday, 2 more Mondays before Christmas. So as I think I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, we're on that fast slide down to the end of the year now. And a lot of us are wishing away 2020, but it's still a good chance to, be present for the next few weeks. Now that we've got more freedoms, check in with people, reflect on the year. And that's something that I'm going to be doing on a longer form Facebook Live next week, is reflecting on the year and looking forward in terms of the legal industry. I've been doing these Facebook Lives on a Monday morning for nearly 2 years. Or maybe even more. And next year I'll continue to do Monday mornings. But in January, we are doing something a little bit different. We are committing to do Relay for Life more regularly. We've done it twice. We've committed to doing it again at Lancefield at the end of February. We haven't done much fundraising for it though. And a lot of you, particularly around Seymour, people will remember me from, about 15 years ago when I also did a whole lot of group fitness work as well. So for 3 years, I was working at the Seymour Leisure Centre and also doing group classes out at Puckapunyal as well, because I had done my Certificate 4 in fitness during the last years of my degree, and then worked and did that work as well for the first few years of being a solicitor. I haven't done it for a long time, but I still, work out my own choreography and do my own routines. So in January, the little bit different thing that I'm doing, instead of doing these Monday morning lives, is that I'm going to be live while I'm doing my own workout flows. And you can join me for a gold coin donation, which will go towards our Relay for Life, which we're doing in February. Many of us have been touched by cancer. My dad had a bowel cancer removed a couple of years ago. A lot of my family have ongoing little skin cancers all the time. And many of my other staff have had various people either recover from or pass away from cancer. So it is something that, we're constantly thinking that more funds need to be raised for research. So that's what I'm doing. I am running 9 workout flow sessions in January that you can join me for. They'll each be at 7:30 in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. A gold coin donation for each to come along, and all that money raised will go to the money we're raising for Relay for Life. So it goes to the Cancer Council. Now, all that being said, today's topic is a difficult topic for a lot of families to talk about, but I think really important, particularly coming up to Christmas. How to talk to family about death and money. Now, when people come to me for estate planning, I often tell them that it's really important to talk to your family about your plans and what your intentions are. The reason that a lot of people dispute is that someone in the family is surprised by what the will says, right? If they know up front what to expect, it's less likely that there will be a dispute of the will. So how do you talk about it? Well, if you come to see a solicitor, it is the perfect opportunity to raise it with your family. You can tell them, I had an appointment with a solicitor recently and we're working on my estate planning. And these are the things that I've learnt, and this is what I'm thinking of doing. And that money that I lent to your sister 5 years ago, that will be forgiven. I'm not going to take that into account when splitting up my estate evenly between you. Or you can say, that money that I lent to your sister 5 years ago, well, I'm giving a special gift in the will to top you up to make sure you have the same amount, and then everything's split evenly. So I think that that's an easier way of opening the conversation. And yes, it is a difficult conversation, but sometimes we need to confront and have these difficult conversations, even if they make us a little bit nervous, because the result is better to do it than not. And so that's an easy way of opening the conversation. I've been to a solicitor, I'm going through my estate planning, this is what I've learnt, and this is what I've decided to do. It's not about them contributing their thoughts, although let them. You don't have to change your decision. Sometimes all people need is to vent or say their piece, or to get a chance to say their piece. As well as people being surprised by the will. That's probably the second most highest reason why people dispute an estate, is because there are simmering things that have gone unsaid for decades. So that is the first kind of opener that you could use. The other opener you could use is potentially if you wanted to start preparing and you hadn't seen a solicitor yet, you can download some of the stuff from our website. For example, we have an estate planning checklist. We have a couple of webinars. You could go and watch those. Then you can say to your kids, look, I'm preparing to go and do my estate planning, and this is the stuff that I've learned, and I've watched this, and this is what I'm thinking. So that might be another way of opening it, opening up the conversation, because you've got to start somewhere, and raising it out of context is difficult. But as I say, with Christmas, with people coming together more, having some of these difficult conversations, it might be the right time. So there's a couple of ways to open up and start having the conversation. So talk about what you've learnt, and then talk about what you're thinking of doing and what your intention or your wish is. And as I said, having the difficult conversation can be nerve-wracking, but often once you've had the conversation, you have better outcomes from having it than if you never had the conversation at all. And I've given you those reasons as to why I think it's really important to have the conversations as well. I think we're now well and truly into generations where we need to talk about this more often. Those in the generations who survived World War II are the generation that really didn't like to speak about things like that. But I think that they are also getting better, because I've seen more and more families talk when it's needed. So that being said, I hope that gives you some practical tips. If you need me to direct you towards any of those resources or webinars, let me know. There's a specific page on our website that says webinars, so you can go there, for example. All these videos that I do on a Monday morning get saved to our Facebook page, so although I'm live at the moment, you can go back and watch it. You can go back and watch any of those videos, actually. And like I said at the start, I've been doing these for, I think, a bit over 2 years, so there will be over 100 videos there. And I will continue to do them next year as well on a Monday morning, except in January. So in January, I'm doing some special videos to raise funds for the Cancer Council. So watch out for those. Those events have been popped onto our Facebook page. Otherwise, I hope that you got some tips out of this video. I hope that you can broach some of the subjects that might need to be talked about. And if you need anything further, by all means, direct message us here through the Facebook page, or the link to our website is here, so that you can find all our direct emails there as well. So have a great week. I hope that the preparations for Christmas are going well, and I'll see you twice more before we close for Christmas. Take care.